breaking down the deals, data, and disruption shaping global markets. You're listening to The Daily Ledger with Dennis Sert.
Yo, what up? Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Today is Friday, December 26th, 2025. You're listening to The Daily Ledger Show, and I am your host, Dennis Sert. Hope you had a Merry Christmas. We got some stories we're going to get into today. We're going to talk about Wall Street Journal slamming humanoid robots. And then we're going to talk about an interesting piece I read on TechCrunch today about only one or the most outstanding phrase from that was, to me, was go back to the cave, to the basement of Google. And that's kind of where I'm at, not at Google, but in the basement. So, yeah. So let's talk about some of the macroeconomic trends right now. So let's get that going. Dow, as of December 26th, 9:33 a.m. So things seem to be back up post-Christmas. The Dow Jones is down 0.07%. NASDAQ is up 0.22%. But this is December 24th. So maybe the Dow Jones is open, but the NASDAQ is closed. I think today is still technically a federal holiday. It just recently became so. So yeah, whatever. S&P 500 is up 0.03% as of December 26th. And then Bitcoin is up 0.38% to 87,952. Before we get into the stories that I talked about, make sure to download Byte AI Market Analysis. It's basically a financial co-pilot that tells you when you enter and exit the market. As you can see right here, there are a lot of things that are underbought, a couple neutrals. It does it based off of what economists trade off of, like mathematically, they call it technical indicators. So some include the RSI curve or relative strength index Bollinger Bands, as well as the MACD/signal curve, as well as the news sentiment. So you can see here it talks about that, and as well as the news sentiment, and it gives you a very succinct yes, no, or neutral, as in buy, sell, or just do nothing. Of course, it's not a financial advisor, neither am I, and past success does not guarantee future results. So make sure to download Byte AI on the App Store. So the Wall Street Journal says even the companies making humanoid robots think they're overhyped. I thought this was interesting because, you know, here's the Wall Street Journal slamming humanoid robots. You know, they're kind of talking about how pessimistic they are about robots. It's like, oh, like who even needs a humanoid robot? Like, you know, who even cares about robots? Do we even need one? Like, I just think it's so silly, but I'm going to talk about that sort of after we get into the meat and potatoes of this. I thought this was kind of cute. Check this out. It's like a little fighting like teddy bear robot or whatever from Booster, which I went on their website. I didn't even know they had a website like this. This seems super cool. I guess they have a basic, standard, and a customized humanoid robot. I was trying to see their like buying site. Oh, I guess you can order one. Doesn't really say how much it costs or anything. But yeah, so I guess that's kind of cool. It's like a little mini robot about 3 feet tall. Of course, we have Optimus, as we know that Elon Musk is saying that is going to be out and ubiquitous in the next few years. We have the Neo 1X robot. I actually got on the waiting list for this, about $200. And so, yeah, I guess the only thing is like human operators are able to see through the cameras. So, and it's a little bit unsettling, to be honest, the Neo 1X. But yeah, you know, whatever. But yeah, so he kind of talks about that here. Let's see if there's anything notable. I think I pulled a couple quotes. We've been trying to figure out how do we not just make a humanoid robot, but also make a humanoid robot that does useful work. So I guess this guy from the CTO, aka the bitch, at Agility Robotics. I don't know this guy. I'm just saying the CTO position. Agility Robotics. Yeah, okay, that's interesting. That's cool, I guess. So he seems to be just sit down and do the work. Like, you're not supposed to come out here and be on the Wall Street Journal, bro. Like, that's not your job. Anyways, so yeah, so that's sort of what he was talking about, I guess. And then there's something else in here. I usually write things down when I see it. Let me get it. Elon Musk predicts that demand for humanoid robots will be insatiable, and has said that Tesla aims to produce 1 million of the company's Optimus robots by year 2030. NVIDIA CEO Jensen Huang has said he believes the world is on the cusp of making everything that moves robotic. Humanoid robots, the technology that makes it possible, is just around the corner, Huang said on a podcast in January. I tend to agree with him, but then the Wall Street Journal puts him and Musk in basically a bucket, calling them optimists. Optimists, like as in opposite of pessimists, not the Optimus robot, but optimists like Musk and Huang see a confluence and trends behind their predictions. Billions of dollars are being spent on data centers to train AI models that will power future robots. Yes, the aging of populations in many countries means that there will be fewer workers. Yep, and we talked about population decline earlier this week. As there will be fewer workers, as well as a growing cohort of elderly people in need of care. Governments will also see robots as a way to win manufacturing jobs back from overseas. Yeah, so there's that. Oh yeah, and this was the thing I wanted to talk about finally about this, which is Wall Street Journal says, ultimately, there's one more fundamental question to answer. Do we even need a robot with arms and legs? Give me a break. It's like people are like, oh, well, why do we even need this? It's kind of like the people who say, oh, why money? Why money? It's like, yeah, no. You need money for the freedom to choose and kind of shape your life, right? It's like, there are certain communists out there that are like, oh, why money? Just live like a homeless person. No. That's not how to do it. Yeah. So there's that. Hopefully one day I'll, rack up some wealth by either joining becoming a venture-backed startup founder, or by, saving a whole bunch from a job, but not quite there yet. I got about $1,000 in the savings account as of this moment. But yeah, so that's kind of my, analogy on this. Do we even need a robot with arms and legs? Do we even need money? The answer is yes to both questions. Okay. All right, let's move on. So I read this article by TechCrunch, how a Spanish virus brought Google to Malaga. So it's kind of a slow news day again, just because of Christmas, right? So this is the last one I have, and it's kind of a little bit non-consequential. But the only reason, I'll keep it short and sweet though. Only reason why I thought it was interesting is because it's about this harmless 1992 computer virus named virus Malaga, created by a Spanish student, Antonio Enrique Astorga, to spread an anti-ETA message. Basically, it infected university computers and ignited Bernardo Quinterio's lifelong passion for cybersecurity, leading to him to co-found VirusTotal, which Google acquired in 2012. Apparently, that acquisition established Google's flagship European cybersecurity center in Malaga, transforming the city into a thriving tech hub. And this year, Quintero finally identified the virus's creator, now deceased, after decades of curiosity. So yeah, that's kind of what this is about. It'll I guess tug at your heartstrings a little bit. They brought Google into a small town, and it later became a cybersecurity hub based on with simple origins from, like, I guess, a small virus, like a computer virus. So yeah, and then he talks about VirusTotal here, which was acquired by Google later on in 2012. Yeah, so I think we're gonna leave it there today. Make sure to download Byte AI Market Analysis on the App Store, or by visiting byteai.me in the top right corner. Hope you guys have a great day today, and yeah, I'll see you on Monday. Have a great weekend.